This is Dr. Harry Anderson. I often get questions about hard keepers. There are horses out there with different metabolic activities than the general population, and I'll get a question from people that say, I have 5 horses and 4 of them stay in really good condition on the program, but one is a hard keeper and I just can't seem to keep weight on. What should I do? Again, there's no pat answer to this, but the key is you have to do several things. One is you have to look at your program and see, do I have all of the micro and basic nutrients that this horse needs for adequate metabolic activity? Because if their metabolism is too fast or their metabolism is too slow, it will change their body composition. The real high metabolic activity horses will be hard keepers. That's kind of where they come from. And that metabolic activity may be from heavy use, it may be from ulcers, it may be from just plain anxiety. So you have to look at your horse first and say, is this horse nervous? And if it is, you need to figure out a way to kind of calm them down a little bit and help them be a little more stable mentally so that their metabolic system can function properly and they can use those nutrients to maintain their weight rather than burning it off as anxious energy. Then you need to, once you identify that, and if you can get that under control, a lot of times this problem will go away. However, then you need to look at the digestibility of your program. A lot of times I find that some of these hard keepers are just not digesting their feed very well. And hay is often the culprit. Hay can vary so much in digestibility, and some horses can handle medium quality hay, some horses cannot. So if you have a hard keeper, I'd say the first thing you should do is analyze your hay or grass and find out if it's very difficult to digest, if it's real high fiber, if it's poor quality. Then you need to look at a program to improve the digestibility of that forage, because that's where they're going to get their energy. Don't go to the feed store and buy a lot of starchy feed to put in a hard keeper, because that's not usually the answer. The answer is helping them get more out of their hay and grain, and make sure you have all of the micronutrients, the minerals and vitamins and so on to support that bacterial growth in the hind gut, because that's probably what's going on. They're not fermenting that feed fast enough, well enough, so that they get the nutrients they need out of the hay. So what bottom line is, it's not the horse that has the problem, it's usually the feeding program that has the problem. And look at digestibility and micronutrients and get that program in balance, and usually those hard keepers will suddenly start to gain muscle and put on weight and look athletic just like your other horses.